Welcome to a special edition of the Ironwood Network.
Yep.
Wyvern. We are here tonight to do something unprecedented on this show.
Yeah, I guess it is, yeah.
100% unprecedented.
Well, it's not book related.
We are here to talk strictly about the show.
Yes.
Game of Thrones on HBO.
Yep.
Because Season 8 is coming out this Sunday.
Yes.
And you are very excited about it.
I'm
very excited about it. I am moderately excited about it.
Only because maybe when it's over, then we get the next book.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed. George, please, George. But yes, so we are here to do a little preview of Season 8. Get our thoughts, our predictions, who's going to live, who's going to die, who's going to kill who. Yeah. Down and recorded for posterity's sake.
Yeah, just for the hell of it.
So that way the Brand Bot 3000 has access to it through the Weirwood Net.
Yeah.
All right, so if everybody remembers, rolling out of Season 7, we had the Cersei just kind of chilling in the south. She still got her army. She called the Golden Company. Jaime took it upon himself to just head north without anybody else.
Yeah, Cersei promised her help to fight the White Walkers, and then...
Reneged.
And then, well, she didn't publicly renege, but
right.
she's like, she's not going to bother sending them.
Right.
So...
And then...
she is also pregnant, right?
Supposedly. So she says.
So she says, yes. Absolutely.
And the White Walkers have broken out of the north.
Yep.
And are now running amok throughout the other north.
Yep.
South of the wall.
Yeah, heading towards Winterfell.
Heading towards Winter... We assume Winterfell.
Well, that's north, but that's south of the wall, so...
All right, now, I have seen Season 8 trailers.
I have not.
You have not seen any material for Season 8.
On purpose.
Oh, on purpose, even.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. It kind of surprised me that HBO went ahead and did full trailers. Like, because they really didn't have to. Like, if they just put out, like, a couple of, like, social media pictures that, like, gave the date of the premiere, everybody would show up anyway.
Right.
Like, they didn't have to go full-on give us actual trailers and shit.
Well, I think they gave us trailers because the episodes are long enough to be movies.
Yeah, so scuttlebutt is that basically every episode is legit, like, a full-on movie. Mm-hmm. It's apparently, like, the most expensive season of TV, like, ever made.
Well, there's only, like, 6 or 7 episodes.
6.
Okay.
6 episodes.
Yep.
And apparently the Battle of Winterfell, according to their technical jargon, is, like, the longest, continuous, biggest battle scene ever recorded on television or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So apparently the Battle of Winterfell is going to be huge.
Is Ghost going to be there?
So I don't know.
Because if he's not there, then I don't care.
Because Ghost is right. So the problem with Ghost is ridiculously expensive.
Yeah.
Because there's no such thing as a direwolf anymore. Mm-hmm. So we have to take a regular wolf and then turn it into a direwolf with a computer.
Yeah, like they did with Nymeria.
Right. So it's really expensive to have Ghost with Jon wherever Jon goes. Mm-hmm. Which, maybe they could like, and there was an easy out for that because a lot of people think that like Ghost is going to die in the books when Jon's spirit leaves Ghost and goes back into Jon's body. Mm-hmm. And people think that Ghost is going to die. So the TV show could have did that, and then Ghost could be dead and they wouldn't have had to worry about it.
I think Ghost has a bigger part to play.
You do?
Well, because...
That's not big enough of a part?
No, because if Ghost survived before Jon's quote-unquote spirit went into him, then Ghost will survive when Jon leaves.
Unless Jon's spirit overrode Ghost.
Right, but if...
So then there'd be nothing left.
But if Bran can warg...
But that's not the same thing as it holding your spirit completely.
Right, but I'm saying, like, he did it to Hodor and then left Hodor, so he was fine.
But he didn't, like, die and then, like, his whole consciousness moved into Hodor.
Right, but when Bran was unconscious, wasn't he in the wolf?
Yeah, but he wasn't dead. Like Bran's quote-unquote soul was still in Bran.
Okay.
What a lot of people think in the books is that Jon's quote-unquote soul is currently in Ghost. Like, whole soul in Ghost.
I don't think Ghost would die from that.
Okay.
if Ghost is a physical
embodiment
of a god like you think, I don't think he'll die from something like that.
Unless that's his whole purpose.
In which case, I'm going to be really pissed.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, okay. So enough about the show. Enough about the book.
Yeah.
So your enjoyment of this season hinges 100% on how much Ghost you get in the episodes.
Well, Ghost hasn't died, so he needs to be in the show.
Right. So we didn't see Ghost at all
in season 7.
Period.
Right. They talked about him. Like, oh, he's off in the woods or something, you know.
Right. Now, yeah, so Jon goes fucking traipsing through the north above the wall.
Without Ghost?
Without Ghost? Really?
Exactly.
His giant monster fucking direwolf?
Yeah.
Ugh.
No.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. Like, I understand Ghost is expensive, but then again, then use the shortcut, kill Ghost by taking Jon's soul out of him and call it good. Mm-hmm. Like, even if the books don't go that way, that's an easy out you can use to get rid of Ghost, not have to worry about putting Ghost on TV anymore.
Yeah, and just, like, he's not like Gendry where you, like, forget about him.
Ghost is just rowing. Like, yeah. Ghost has been hunting for 4 seasons.
Yeah, exactly. He's, like, in the woods somewhere.
The prologue of the final episode, Ghost just gonna, like, walk back with, like, 3 squirrels hanging from his mouth. Like,
if anything,
you brought dinner.
In season 8, when Jon went north of the wall.
7.
7. They should have had him, like, in the tunnel with Jon, and then, at least so we know he's, like, north of the wall. But then, how does he get? He would follow Jon back, when Jon's on the horse. And that would appease me just fine. Just bring him north, and then bring him back south again. At least I know he's there.
Right, okay. So you have you're suffering from a very low GQ, a ghost quotient. Season 7 suffered from a ghost.
Doesn't make sense not having Ghost there if you know he's alive. I understand the budget, but if you cannot make it so that this character who's not dead and should be there, then your priorities are wrong.
Okay. All right. They spent a lot of money on season 7.
Well, then they should have.
The Loot Train battle alone must have cost a fortune.
Yeah, because the dragons were more important than the wolf. And
I know. Don't believe that myself personally. I think the wolves
either.
are more important. But anyway, okay. So you need Ghost in this season, or it's a failure to you.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Got to have Ghost.
Yes.
All right. So here is the first thing I want to talk about.
Okay.
In this story, are we going to have the good guys win or the bad guys win? Or maybe both sides win/lose?
You're asking me black or white.
Yeah.
There is no black or white.
So both sides win/lose?
Yes. I think there's going to be major losses on both sides.
Well, that goes without saying.
Well,
we'll get into who you think's going to live and who's going to die.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. But so you think... So George has said that the books will have a bittersweet ending.
Yes.
And we know the TV show is currently fan fiction. Mm-hmm. As called that by George himself.
Yes.
So the TV show is currently fan fiction and will remain fan fiction until it's done in 6 episodes. So do you think that George is bittersweet? So you're thinking the TV show goes along with a bittersweet ending? I think it will be bittersweet.
Win. I do not think the TV show is going to end the way the books will end.
Okay, but you think good guys win, but the price is so overwhelming.
Yes.
Kind of like when Thor and Oakenshield took back Moria.
Yeah.
That the number of their dead was beyond the count of grief.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I kind of agree. I think obviously the good guys are going to win.
I think there's people are going to survive on both sides, but they're both going to be worse off for it.
Okay. So, leading into that, the Night King, live or die?
See, I think he has to die because I can't see him surviving and then just running back to the north.
Okay.
I can't see that.
Well, we made a truce with him before, supposedly.
And then supposedly something happened.
Correct. Where the truce was violated.
Yes. I do not see that happening again.
Okay.
I do not see...
you guys had your chance.
Yeah, I do not see the humans making that an option.
Okay.
For this to happen all over again.
Okay.
Now, I've seen multiple storylines where, history repeats itself.
Mm-hmm.
But I would hope that they are smart enough to not let it be an option again.
Okay.
And so he cannot survive this.
So it's victory or nothing?
Yes.
Okay. At all costs?
Yes, which will make it a bittersweet ending.
Okay. What about the possibility that we get a new Night King born at the end of this?
Created.
Yeah. Perhaps a certain snowy figure.
Based on history of TV shows and how movies and stuff have gone, if there is a new Night King, it's not going to be created in such a way that it's public knowledge.
Okay.
It'll be like, it'll be like Godzilla, where they thought they destroyed all the eggs, but one of them survived, kind of thing.
Okay, so like Ender's Game.
Yeah.
Like the queen egg survives, but nobody knows about it except for Ender type of thing.
Yeah, until, the whole process starts all over.
Okay. Interesting.
But I don't think George would do that in his books.
Yeah,
because, that's way too obvious.
Right.
Of a plot line that too many stories have followed.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's get into other characters, and let's start. We'll start small to big, as far as
small as in role to play.
Role to play.
Okay.
So let's start with the Brotherhood without banners. So we've got Sandor Clegane, Beric. What do you think is their ultimate fate?
Beric's gonna die and he can't come back.
Okay, because Thoros is dead.
I'm torn between the Hound being either dying in a massive fire.
Okay.
Or surviving a massive fire. But either way, I think he has to fight that which scares him the most.
Okay. On that, what are your thoughts? Are we going to get a Clegane Bowl before the show is over?
What do you... Oh, the Hound and the Mountain?
Sandor face off against Big Brother Gregor in battle?
I'm torn on that.
Okay.
Just because the Hound is not on Jon's side per se. He's just with him right now, but he may decide to fight for Jon.
Well, I think the Hound is on the side of the living.
Right. Well, so is Cersei.
Yeah, but the Mountain's not.
Yeah. That's because the Mountain's already dead.
Right, exactly.
I would love to see him to get the chance to kill his brother again.
Okay.
And
once and for all?
Yeah.
You done with it?
But I do not see it as a big plot point.
Okay.
And I'd be okay if that fight didn't happen.
Okay. I mean, we had allusions to it in the final episode of season 7 when they kind of faced off inside the dragon pit, and Sandor told him, "You know who's coming for you."
Right. I mean, I'd love to see it, and I would hope that, the Hound wins.
Okay.
But it's not a major thing I'm looking for.
Okay.
In the final season.
Okay.
And as long as the Mountain dies, I don't care.
Okay. Personally, I am always rooting for a Clegane Bowl. Always rooting for a Clegane Bowl.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody's favorite, Kissed by Fire, Tormund Giantsbane. What is his ultimate fate, Lady Wyvern?
He survives. Brienne dies.
I was going to ask about Brienne. Okay, she was next. Okay. So Tormund survives, you think?
With a broken heart.
With a broken heart. That's rough. You're vicious. Okay.
But his love interest doesn't make it.
Okay, now let's go on to Brienne. So you think Brienne is going to die?
Yes.
Okay. I happen to agree with that.
Yeah.
I think she dies in the Battle of Winterfell.
Yes. Trying to protect Sansa.
No.
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 Trying to protect You think dying to protect Sansa?
Well, Arya can fend for herself, even though Brienne probably won't let her.
I think Arya's going to protect Sansa.
Probably.
Personally, I think that Brienne is going to die trying to save Jaime.
Yes, I can
in
see
battle.
that happening.
Like, Jaime's going to be, like, outnumbered possibly by, like, a couple of White Walkers. Mm-hmm. Like, the fancy White Walker guys.
Well, then she can die with Jaime, and then...
I think that they both die. I think that they both die, but they take out, like, because they both have Valyrian steel. Mm-hmm. So I think that they take out, like, several White Walkers together, and then both die in battle, like, back to back.
Yep, and poor Tormund's got to watch.
I think poor Tormund is like, basically in a fight for his life as well, and he sees them both go down, like, from across the battlefield type of thing, but there's nothing he can do about it.
Yep.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yep. Which makes him get angry, and he ends up surviving because he kills more White Walkers.
Because he just goes fucking beast mode?
Yes.
Okay. Yep, I'm completely with you on Brienne dying. We might as well talk about Jaime, because I also think Jaime's going to die with Brienne in battle. Or he survives, but Brienne doesn't. One of the two. But I think it's more likely that they both die. Because I think that that's a good ending for their story arc, that they die together in battle.
Yeah.
So what do you think about Jaime? Jaime, live or die?
Die with Brienne.
Okay.
Yep. It'll piss off Cersei, too. So.
Oh, to no end.
Yes.
To no end. Okay.
Because her greed for the throne is going to kill everybody she loves.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Completely agree. Okay.
She'll be the only Lannister left.
Bronn of the Blackwater. Interesting where his story is going to go. Because, Cersei hates him. Mm-hmm. Both literally the character and literally the actress. Hates him. He was only being protected by Jaime.
And now Jaime's gone.
So, one, does Bronn stay in King's Landing or go and follow Jaime north?
He'd be smart to follow Jaime north because Cersei knows that Bronn set up the meeting between him and Tyrion.
Right.
So he'd be smart to go north.
Okay. So, yes, I agree he'd be smart. Is Bronn going north or not?
Yes, he's not going to leave Jaime's side because Jaime still owes him a fucking castle.
Okay, he wants his castle. Yeah. He's going to go up there and claim Winterfell.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody else is going to die. I'm just going to have Winterfell all myself.
Yep.
Okay. I agree. Bronn's going north. Now, in the Battle of Winterfell, Bronn, live or die? Live. Completely agree. Bronn is 100% surviving this whole fucking thing. I don't know if he does in the books. TV show Bronn is my fucking man. He's my spirit animal, and he's living through this whole fucking thing. Yep, 100% agree. Bronn is living through the whole battle. Now, Tyrion? Okay, so I have a part 3 to Bronn.
Okay.
Because Bronn is kind of like a greedy asshole kind of a character, but like a charming asshole. Mm-hmm. But he's definitely usually looking out for number one.
Himself.
Does he possibly lead to somebody we care about dying by taking care of a numero uno instead of being a team player?
Tyrion?
Anybody. I don't think Tyrion's going to be involved in the battle.
I think in the end he's gonna... It's not going to be about number one. Okay. And it's going to be a fight for survival for everybody. Okay. And... He will be...
He'll be a team player.
Yeah.
I tend to agree because I think he showed signs of that in the Loot Train battle. Yes. Where he basically put his own life on the line to go and use the Scorpion. Well, not just save Jaime at the end, but use that Scorpion. Yeah. Right in the middle of the open, use that Scorpion to fire the bolts. So,
yeah. And he left the gold.
Yeah, and he left his gold. Yeah. I think that was the turning point. I think because he gave that gold that double take and then went on without it. And I think that was the turning point for his character. Right. Yeah, I tend to agree with you on that one. Okay, cool. Yeah, so Bronn, I think he's going to come out smelling like roses. He's going to be a good man. He's going to have a castle.
Well, if there's all them roses, he might as well go back to Highgarden.
Hey, Highgarden might still be available at the end. You never know. A lot of upkeep on Highgarden, though, as Jaime told him. A lot of upkeep.
You can sell the land and keep it.
The more you own, the more it costs to keep it up. All right. Let's see. Who do we want to move on to? Okay, so kind of a under the radar character, but I think an important one because of his relationship to another character that we kind of care about, Grey Worm. And his relationship.
He's gonna die.
Oh, you're taking away Missandei's man.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's rough.
He's a pawn in the chess game.
I'd say he's more like a knight, right? I mean, as far as some,
right, but
Daenerys' army has knights, he's a knight.
Yeah, but he's so not a big enough character, I guess.
I think that might honestly be why he stands a chance, right? Because I think that
because a lot of the bigger players are going to go down.
Right. So. I think that there's several characters who people think have plot armor that I don't think are going to have plot armor.
Right.
And so I think that when you start piling up bigger deaths, I think somebody like Grey Worm can kind of like slide under the radar and make it out.
Because I'm really at the point where I don't think like any like two people that have a plot line together are going to survive this together. Like any one relationship couple is going to. Okay. I think everyone's lives is going to be destroyed in this season.
I agree. Everybody's lives are going to be changed 100%. So you're saying Missandei live, Grey Worm die.
Well, see, I'm not even sure about Missandei because she hasn't been fighting, but everyone's going to have to fight.
Well, so I will give you this in the trailer. We have a scene of the women and the children taking refuge in the crypts of Winterfell.
What women and children?
So you remember how like Cersei when the important women and children were in her.
Okay, but why is Missandei in Winterfell?
Because she's Daenerys' #1 advisor.
Oh, so Daenerys is in Winterfell.
Well, she was heading back there with Jon at the end of season 7.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to Dragonstone.
No, so the Dothraki and the Nutless guys are marching up, and her and Jon are taking a ship. Remember, because they had the boat sex.
That's
boom,
right.
Shake a boom boom.
That's right. Yeah.
So we do see that the women and children are hiding out under the crypts.
In the crypts.
In the crypts.
Okay.
Which is a good place to hide.
Yeah.
Unless
there's another entrance.
Or unless the dead bodies down there that might possibly have ancient Stark White Walker blood start rising up when the Night King comes nearby.
That'd be unfortunate.
That'd be very unfortunate.
That thought had never crossed my mind.
Mm.
I'd hate to see that.
Because that'd be a slaughter.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know, because they are literally just bones at this point.
So were some of those ones that were attacking them at the fucking ocean rock thingy.
That's true.
A lot of them were just bones.
That's true.
So
I don't know how they'd do the graphics to get literally just the bones, because
they did it.
Right, but like they still had like some semblance of clothing and stuff to make it look like they.
So these guys can have like capes or something. They're ancient kings.
Yeah, that's true.
So who knows? I mean, it's just a possibility. I don't know that it's going to happen, but
right,
it's a possibility because we know that
the crypts could cave in. There could be another entrance that nobody knows about that
runs all the way from a certain cave with a certain raven type of thing, all the way above the north of the wall.
If people are sneaking into Winterfell that way, then they're really screwed.
Yeah, agreed.
But then there would have been another way to get under the wall that the humans could have used.
But they might not know that. The secret might be lost for thousands of years.
Right.
Maybe that's like why like a Stark must always be in Winterfell to keep that fucking that secret hidden type of thing.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Because as long as Stark's there, the power is there to keep it safe.
Right. Okay, so we're 50-50 on Missandei, but
yes,
Grey Worm's done.
Yes.
Okay, poor Grey Worm.
Yeah.
Poor fucking Grey Worm. All right, Lord Varys, who's still tooling around with Daenerys, so he'll be at Winterfell as well.
He's gonna die.
He's gonna die. Okay.
Melisandre says he dies.
Ooh, good call. Good call. I like it. Yes.
But then again, she also didn't say if he dies of old age or if he dies from the battle.
Right, just that he dies in Westeros.
Yeah.
Correct. But you think he's going to die in the battle?
Yes.
Okay. Melisandre, does she make it back for the Battle of Winterfell? Or does she come maybe later after that when they have to go down and deal with Cersei?
I think Cersei kills her.
Okay. Okay.
Just for believing in a different religion, and she says or does something wrong. And
okay. Maybe she goes to try to make like a final plea to Cersei to join the fight for the living, and Cersei fucking kills her.
Something. I think she dies farther south.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Fair enough. Moving on. Dolorous Ed. Lord Commander of the Night's Watch.
I think most of the Night's Watch dies.
Okay, so Night's Watch pretty much...
Obliterated.
Everybody who's there is gone.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely obliterated.
Okay. One last Night's Watch member to talk about. Samwell Tarly.
He makes it.
He makes it.
He makes it. He ends up writing the history books on it.
So this is Sam telling the story.
Yes.
Sam writes A Song of Ice and Fire.
Yes.
Okay. A lot of people think that Sam is the Mary Sue character.
Oh, really?
A lot of people think that Sam is the Mary Sue character for George. So he's writing the books, yeah.
Yes, I do think.
Now, does Sam fight in the battle, or does Sam cower below in the crypts?
I think he mans up and fights.
I think so, too. I think he fights, and I think he survives, and I think he fights well. Okay. In the same vein as Samwell Tarly, Podrick. Lady Brienne's squire. What are we doing with Pod?
I'm going to give him the best chance possible.
So you're going to say 75% chance living?
Yes.
Okay. I think he lives because I think that he
gets dismembered. I think he loses a limb or something.
Okay, but he gets maimed but lives.
Yes.
I think he lives, and I think he kills the White Walker that kills Brienne.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Why not?
Little poetic justice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Gendry. Live or die. Well, first of all, does he fight? I mean, I think that's an obvious question to answer.
Yes, without his warhammer, though.
Without his warhammer.
They left it up north.
You can make another one.
That's true. No, I think they did bring it back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Torrhen had it.
The Hound had
Tormund, or the Hound, or one of them.
Yeah.
So, does he die in the battle, or does he live in the battle?
He lives.
He lives.
I think he lives.
Okay. Because we need to have a Baratheon and a Stark.
Yes.
Okay. Kind of finish it how we started it.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. I like where your head is at there with Gendry. I like that. I think Gendry possibly also lives as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, maybe an even more important question about Gendry. Has Gendry learned from Tobo Mott the secret to reforging Valyrian steel?
Who's Tobo Mott? Oh,
the armorer. Who reforged ice into two swords.
If he hasn't let on.
Maybe he doesn't know that he knows.
That's quite possible, yeah.
Because remember, we have another giant greatsword made out of Valyrian steel coming north that could easily be made into two swords, just like ice was, and that's Heartsbane. Right. If we had somebody who could turn that into two swords instead of one, then we've now doubled the weapon and doubled our chances of using it to kill something.
I don't know if he ever puts that knowledge to use.
Okay, maybe he doesn't have time.
I think he may wield the greatsword.
Oh.
I know he's dead set on the hammer.
Yep.
But I think he fights with the greatsword.
Okay, so you think that he's going to fight with Sam's greatsword instead of Sam?
Yes, Sam has always been clumsy, and he says he's always been clumsy, and the sword feels too big for him.
So Sam will use some dragon glass or something.
Yeah.
Dragon glass. Okay. Interesting. That would be interesting to see Gendry wielding
a Valyrian
steel blade. Although I think it'd be more poetic of him to take after his father and wield the warhammer.
Well, maybe he breaks or drops the warhammer and he picks up the nearest sword, and it just happens to be the greatsword.
Interesting. Okay.
I think Gendry ends the fighting
with Heartsbane.
With Heartsbane.
Okay. That's kind of cool. Okay. Sir Davos. First of all, does he fight? He tells us he's a bad fighter.
Well, I don't think he's hiding in the crypts.
I don't think so either.
I think he may be, like, directing.
Commanding.
Yeah.
Commanding.
I don't think I think he may do a little bit, but I don't think he's going to be in the big battle.
Okay, yeah. Cause this battle is like when you get to like say like in the baseball playoffs, when you get to a game 7, everybody's available. So like if you need a relief pitcher, all of your starters are available.
Yeah, with a fight this big, I think everybody has to fight or they have to hide.
Right.
So he may have to fight.
And preferably not hide.
Yes.
Because
he would not feel right hiding.
Right. I mean, to that end, I almost see Missandei trying to fight. Especially if she sees
Daenerys.
Grey Worm die.
Yeah.
Like, I think that if she sees Grey Worm die, like maybe she's like heading off to the crypts and then like she sees Grey Worm die and she like runs and like takes up his dragon glass spear and just goes fucking berserk. I could see that.
I could see that too. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I agree Ser Davos is going to have to fight.
Yeah, I'm just
There's
not
really
sure.
There's no way around it.
And he admits he's a bad fighter. So.
Right, but you also need generals on the field, and I could see him so Jaime is a great general, but he's also a great sword fighter.
Yes,
so
even left-handed.
He's more effective sword fighting, especially with Valyrian steel against White Walkers, whereas Davos would be way more effective kind of commanding the lines.
Yes.
I think, yeah. Kind of like he did during the Battle of the Bastards. Yep, completely agree. Okay. Let's see. Who do we need to go talk about now?
You're trying to avoid all the big names till last.
Well, I mean, obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Ser Jorah. What happens to Ser Jorah? Does Ser Jorah die?
He dies defending Daenerys.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep. He never gets,
But he gets a kiss, I think.
Yes.
Like
when he's dying.
As he's dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's how you do him right.
Yeah.
Is that he dies defending Daenerys.
He can die happy now.
Yeah, he dies defending Daenerys, like in Daenerys' arms. Like something happens, the dragon lands.
Yeah.
And like she's being attacked, he defends her, but dies in the process and dies in her arms.
Yep. And miraculously, none of the White Walkers are attacking her while she's mourning over this dead guy in her arms.
Well, I think maybe he cleans house in that area. And then Drogon, like, burns him like a safety ring.
Yeah.
Burns a safety ring for her.
It's possible.
Once he clears out the area. But yeah, I think the only way his story can end is that he dies defending Daenerys. If that's not poetic justice, then nothing else is. Like, that's the definition of it right there. Yep.
He can die honorably and get his honor back for his family.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. Probably buried with Longclaw, I would imagine.
Probably.
I could see Jon doing that for him.
Jon would do that, absolutely. Because he's tried to give it back to him once already.
Although, there is another... See, now you think Gendry ends up with Heartsbane. Remember that Jorah and Sam have a very good relationship. And Jorah's a very good sword fighter. I wonder if...
I don't think Sam's going to give it to Jorah.
No? Okay.
Nope.
Okay. All right. We got nothing left but big names now.
I know.
So we're going to split the Starks up. Okay. So let's start with the Lady of Winterfell herself, Sansa Stark. Live or die? Well, actually, fight or hide.
Hide. They're going to want to try and protect the lady.
Not just that, but I think she's going to be in charge down there.
Yes.
Like she's going to be like Cersei.
I've done this before.
Right. She's going to be the one down there kind of like leading things. Okay. Yep. I completely agree. Now, live or die? Live. Throughout the whole thing. Battle of Winterfell, the fight against Cersei, everything. She survives all the way to the end.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. To that point, does she unannul her marriage to Tyrion? Does she maybe marry a young eligible bachelor like Gendry?
That was what I was thinking.
Okay, so are you leaning Gendry?
I would, except he's never been legitimized, so it wouldn't work for the houses
King of the North can legitimize him.
That is true.
Queen of the Dragons can legitimize him.
That is very true.
So that wouldn't matter.
No, it wouldn't.
So are you leaning towards...
Which would make him king and her queen.
Yes. Well, not king... I mean, he might be
He's
like Lord of the Winterland, Lord of the Stormlands or something. Like give him Storm's End.
That's
like
true, because they wouldn't want to be south anyways.
Well, that is south, Stormlands.
Well, no, like
that's down by.
He's
a
the
southerner.
king's son. He's Robert Baratheon's son, so
Right.
wouldn't that make him the next king?
Well, except that, like, Robert was technically toppled, right? I mean, by his own family, but still. I mean, I don't think Gendry wants to be king.
No, Gendry doesn't.
To be honest, I think he'd be just fine and happy being Lord and Lady of the Stormlands with Sansa.
Yeah.
But I think that he ends up with Sansa. I think that that definitely happens.
I think that'd be a cute match.
Okay. I think we're both in agreement on that one. Cool. Mm-hmm. All right. Speaking of other people, Tyrion Lannister. I'm putting it off. Tyrion Lannister. Fight or hide?
Fight.
100% fight. No doubt about it. Fight. Live or die.
I want him to live so bad.
Okay. Take out your emotions of wanting him to live.
I know.
Does he live?
Yes.
Oh, really?
I think it. He's a good fighter for being really short.
He is. He's a very good fighter.
I think his height may actually help him with this because they're zombies. They're not going to know to look down to.
I kind of agree with you on that one. Yes.
So it may help him in this fight.
Okay.
Because they don't know they're fighting an imp.
Right.
When he's around. But I also think that he's gonna be having more like commanding, like Davos and Jaime, and
right.
But
yeah, he'll be a general or a captain, no doubt about it. But you think he's going to be in the fray?
Yes, absolutely.
With the phrase gone, he'll be in the fray.
Yeah,
without the phrase. Okay.
He may lose an ear in this one. Who knows?
See, I can't help but think like when I think of like who they can kill.
They can kill everybody.
That would break people, but would break hearts. Tyrion is, number one in my mind of, if you want to make an impact on the audience, you kill Tyrion.
I may not watch after Tyrion dies. If that's the case. Unless he dies in the very last episode, then I'm really, really, really going to be pissed. And I'll be like, I'll never watch this shit again.
Yeah, because I just can't get over the thought that might be the most impactful death that they can do, is Tyrion.
Yes, because I do believe both Stark girls are going to survive it, so. Okay. So, since Arya can't quote-unquote die.
So you're on Tyrion lives.
I was going to say Euron dies.
Euron is done. Euron's toast.
Yeah.
I think Theon kills Euron. Personally.
Yes, I think you find, but we'll get to the.
Yeah, we'll get to.
We'll
get to the because they're kind of off on their own. Right? They're not going to be involved in the battle for Winterfell. They're off on their own thing. Well, I mean, maybe they make it back.
Theon's back with Daenerys at this point.
No. He left and went to get what's her name? Remember his sister?
Oh, that's right.
He went to get Yara from Euron. Yeah, so we don't know what's going on with them.
Right.
They might make it back for the Battle of Winterfell. Who knows? It's possible.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the Greyjoys as their own little section.
Yeah.
All right, on to our next Stark, Branbot 3000 himself, Brandon Stark.
He'll be in the crypts. He can't fight.
Can't fight.
He'll be in the crypts.
I disagree. I think he's going to be plugged in the Godswood.
You think he's going to be hiding in the Godswood in the tree?
Plugged into the tree. Trying to control shit and see things and whatnot.
Controlling the commanders?
No, but trying to get using birds and shit to get full on view of the battle scene.
What if he's working into his wolf to fight?
Summer's dead.
Well, can't he work into other animals?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Using birds and stuff to see.
Now here's a question: can he work into the White Walkers?
We don't know.
Okay. Because I was going to say, if he could get control of a giant, that'd be amazing.
Or
a mammoth.
So here's one thing that I think... Okay, I don't know how applicable this is for the TV show.
Right.
But I think in the books that the way you control a dragon is by essentially warging into it. Whatever warging is into a dragon is. Right? Because warging is specifically a wolf.
Right.
But so, I don't know, dorging or whatever it is for a fucking dragon. I think that's how you control a dragon.
Right.
And that's why it was always... passed down through certain families because they carried the genetic gene that allowed them to skin change a dragon.
Right.
And so I think it's possible that Bran, as powerful as he is, maybe could control Daenerys' other dragon. Because
Mm-hmm.
remember, Bran was told that he would fly.
Right. But he's always assumed it was like a crow or a raven.
Right, but it could be that he's controlling Rhaegal during this final battle while Daenerys is flying on Drogon.
You don't think he's going to have a rider?
Who do we have that can ride dragons? We have Daenerys.
Well, according to the TV show, Jon reacted well to the...
Well, Drogon reacted well to him, but Jon doesn't... The dead are on the way, and Jon has no idea how to ride a dragon. I don't think we have time for a 2-hour how to train your dragon section.
I don't know. Maybe it's like carrying his broomstick. He just does it.
I mean, I guess that's possible.
Yeah.
And yes, it would be poetically fitting if Jon rode around on Rhaegar's
well,
dragon,
considering
Rhaegal.
In the TV show, he's a Targaryen, even though he's really not.
But no. So yes, I'm going to call it a 50-50 shot. Rhaegal is either ridden by Jon or controlled by Bran.
Now, do you think somebody who's a wolf, Bran, can...
Yes, because Bran's no longer a wolf. He's no longer Brandon Stark. He told us that. He's the three-eyed
Bran
raven.
about 3,000.
He's the three-eyed raven.
Okay.
Thought it was a crow in the... Never mind. He's the three-eyed raven. So he's like above and beyond all of that petty differences of the common skin changers now. So I think that, yes, I mean, he can skin change fucking weirwood trees.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that I don't think skin changing a dragon would be too much of a challenge for him.
Right.
So yes, I think that he could take over the dragon. So I'm going to go 50-50. Either Bran controls the dragon or Jon flies it. I really hope it's not Jon flying it.
I think Bran is in the crypts, but he's in somebody or something fighting on the field.
Well, yeah, but okay, so...
But then here's the thing. If the person or creature he's in dies, does he die?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing beyond that. Who do you pick? Okay, so then we get into like the gamer situation, or the TV show, the movie Gamer. Mm-hmm. Whose life do you basically take out of their own hands and put into Bran's hands? Bran's not a master swordsman.
Right.
Or anything like that. He's not a good fighter.
No, but he's good at being an animal.
Well, that's... Okay, fine. So, but... okay, so what is he... He wargs into a squirrel? I mean...
Well, that's what I said. I hope he takes a giant white. Or a White Walker.
He turns a White Walker.
Yep.
Against their army or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't think he'd be strong enough to, take over the White Walker's commander.
No, hell no. The Night King? No.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Because I don't see him skin changing any living person.
No.
Because...
He can't. The only thing he can do archery from his horse, but that's it.
Right. So this person basically has to admit, okay, so the person who doesn't know how to fight is going to take over my body, and I'm just going to fucking die without even knowing.
Nobody would allow
Exactly. So that's bullshit. That's gamer, and that's that can't
he's not going to take over some guy who can really fight to make him not be able to fight.
Right. Yeah. Maybe he takes over Missandei and strides into battle as Missandei.
I have no idea.
What about a possibility of him taking over the Ice Dragon? The re-risen Viserion and turning him back onto the side of good.
I would appreciate that more.
Okay.
Whether it's plausible or not.
Right, yeah. I don't really know how plausible that is. It'd be interesting as hell.
Well, I don't know how plausible any of this is.
Okay. Okay. So, does Bran live or die? Okay, so... I don't think that the Battle of Winterfell is going to be the end of everything, because I think that we lose the Battle of Winterfell.
Horribly.
Yes, exactly. So does Bran survive the Battle of Winterfell?
Physically or mentally?
I mean, is he alive?
I think he slips into another coma and never wakes up. Okay. Because I think he works or skin changes into something, and something happens to that creature. And he's
caught like a limbo land type of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
He just can't make it back.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Interesting.
Or he's just forever eternally floating in the trees or whatever they are.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's cool. Okay. Before we hit up the Greyjoys and then our two main characters.
Because we haven't talked about Arya yet.
I know we haven't. So that's what we're going to talk about right now. Okay. Before we get on to the Greyjoys and Cersei and our two main characters. Let's talk about Arya after this cigarette break.
Yeah.
Brought to you by cigarettes. Because they fucking rock. Arya Stark obviously fights.
I believe she survives.
And survives. Mm-hmm. She has Valyrian steel.
Mm-hmm.
She has her dagger.
She knows how to fight.
She knows how to fight.
Yes.
Now, can you faceless man a White Walker?
Probably. She can do it with dead people, so why not?
My only problem is when you hit them with Valyrian steel, they just shatter into a gajillion pieces.
So then maybe not.
I don't know. But I agree, lives. Mm-hmm. Survives the Battle of Winterfell.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think she survives the whole story?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm hoping that's like one of George's only requests.
Okay. Make sure Arya lives.
Well, his wife demands it.
Right, yes, she does. Yes, apparently she demands that Arya survives.
Yes.
She'll divorce him if Arya dies.
Yes. I understand the TV shows are fan fiction at this point. If
Daryl dies, we riot.
Yeah. Yes, I think she survives the whole thing. I think her and Sansa survive.
Okay. So I think we're both in agreement she survives.
Mm-hmm.
No questions asked there. On to her future. Is it... So here's a theory that I have, and this is strictly show.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly book, maybe, depending on how... Several things have to play out properly in order for this to happen in the books.
Right.
But I think in the show, if we are saying that Jaime dies in the Battle of Winterfell,
mm-hmm.
is it possible or likely that Arya collects a Jaime face and uses that to kill Cersei?
Yes.
Okay. I think that's how Cersei dies.
Yes.
She thinks that Jaime's come back to her and, with the White Walkers bearing down on King's Landing.
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure, Cersei would definitely get word if Jaime died. They couldn't hide that.
If it's in the middle of this battle where,
right.
The battlefield is overrun by the Walking Dead, I think it's entirely possible. I don't think ravens are flying out of Winterfell anytime soon.
Right, but I'm saying, if she got word that Jaime had died, and then Jaime all of a sudden shows up, I think her guard would be down. Be like, I thought you died, blah, blah, blah. And she'd let her guard down, and then he'd kill her.
Okay.
She'd kill her.
Okay, so let me play this scenario out for you. See how you like this.
Okay.
So Sandor, who survives the Battle of Winterfell, traipses south with a quote-unquote Jaime Lannister, Arya Stark in disguise, and Sandor kills Gregor, and Jaime, quote-unquote, kills Cersei.
I like that.
You like that?
I'd like that.
Okay.
Plausible, I'm not sure, but I'd like that.
Right. I would like to see Arya get the kill on Cersei. Because that was always one of the top names on her list.
Yes.
Right. And I mean that's the one that she gave up on to go home, right? Mm-hmm. She was gonna go kill Cersei. Mm-hmm. And then she gave up on that to go home.
Yep.
So I would like to see that come to fruition.
Yes.
Now, does Arya get married and settle down after everything is done?
I think she becomes part of the Kingsguard in the north.
Oh.
Because she's never wanted to get married and have kids.
Okay.
So I think she
so
becomes a female.
No wedding to hot pie.
No, I think she's like a female knight, like Brienne.
Okay. Don't call me a lady.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. I think we're both in agreement. Arya lives. We're both in agreement. We want to see Arya wearing a Jaime face, killing Cersei. Let's talk about Cersei.
Okay.
So we know that Cersei has the Golden Company coming. Mm-hmm. We know that Cersei is basically shutting herself in King's Landing, and whatever happens with the dead happens with the dead. And I have a feeling that they're going to make their way all the way down to King's Landing before we're able to somehow stop them. We both agree we would like to see Arya get the kill on Cersei. But is it possible that the Night King just fucking takes the Iron Throne for himself? Not I'm going to sit here and be the king, but just rolls right up onto King's Landing and takes that son of a bitch over.
I want Arya to kill her.
Okay. I know you want Arya to kill her.
Mm-hmm.
You're sticking with Arya?
I'm sticking with Arya.
Okay, cool. So, no chance for you that Cersei survives this story? No chance at all?
She has to get what's coming to her.
Okay.
She has survived way too long.
Now, what about her child?
I think she miscarries with the stress.
Okay.
Or she dies pregnant.
Okay.
She'll probably say, please don't kill me, I'm pregnant.
Okay.
If she ever finds out it is Arya. But I think she's either faking it.
Okay.
Or she miscarries.
Okay. I think she gives birth. And if Arya's the one who gets the kill, I think Arya raises it to be a badass like her.
I don't see Arya raising a child.
No?
No.
Okay. Maybe Gendry and Sansa?
I think the baby is raised like a bastard if she does.
See, I don't think so.
Because I don't think this whole thing's going to take another 8 months. I do not think these 6 episodes are going to go over.
Well, just for timing's sake, Jaime's headed up north, right? Mm-hmm. It takes 2 months to get north.
It takes a month.
A month in good traveling. Mm-hmm. We're traveling in the dead of winter now.
Oh, that's right.
So 2 months, give or take. Mm-hmm. If she's and we can figure maybe a month or so between when her and Jaime screwed. So she's already a third of the way through her pregnancy.
By the time he gets north.
By the time the battle happens up north, all the fighting is done, and then the White Walkers sweep south. So
she'll be heavily pregnant, which is really inconvenient for a battle like this.
I'm thinking she gives birth like right before she dies. Like literally she's killed if
she dies in childbirth, I'll be happy.
So, that's an interesting thought, is that she dies in childbirth, right? Because she's always been so pissed at Tyrion for killing their mother.
And watch it be a dwarf.
That would be even more interesting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I think that there are several possibilities. Sansa and Gendry could raise it. Mm-hmm. Jon and or Daenerys could raise it.
If Jaime survives...
Tyrion could raise it.
If Jaime survives, Jaime would take it.
But I don't think either of us think Jaime's surviving. I think we're both in agreement that Jaime is...
If Tyrion is the only one that survives out of the Lannisters, Tyrion would raise it.
Right.
Absolutely.
Completely agree. Yep, completely agree. And I think it's going to be raised to not be like its mother.
Well, I think a lot of family dynamics are going to change.
Right.
Priorities are going to be different,
mm-hmm. Agreed. Okay.
Surviving the winter is going to be the first.
Yeah, no shit. Okay, now before we get to the big two, let's talk Greyjoys.
Okay.
Let's just talk about them in one lump sum. As it stands, Euron has Yara.
Yep.
And Theon and his ragtag band of misfits from the Iron Islands are on their way to try to get Yara back from Euron.
I think Theon's the only one that survives.
Theon's the only one that survives?
Yes.
So you think Yara's dead, dies, Theon shows up, and in the process of Theon trying to kill Euron kills Yara?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe take one more step and I cuts her throat, then Theon kills Euron or something similar to that? Okay. Interesting. Then
Theon, with the way Theon's storyline is he'd have to live with it the rest of his life.
But then my only thought with that is the Greyjoy line dies.
It wouldn't be the first first line to die in this
battle. You are
correct.
It would not be the first line to completely die out. You are correct. I like Yara being the only survivor, and Theon, who has been this selfish character, but is now on this redemptive arc of doing things for others. Sacrifices himself in order to free Yara. That way, Theon gets this completely restorative moment, but then the Greyjoy line can continue on through Yara as well.
That's a good point. I'm not sure how him sacrificing her sacrificing himself would save her, though, because he's not considered relevant to the line anymore because he's been castrated. He can't continue the line.
So, what it could be, it could be anything from... So my thought is possibly, say Euron is holding Yara like literally like holding Yara.
Mm-hmm.
And Theon, like, like swashbuckler style from like the old pirate movies, like swings in on the rope from the crow's eye and like, tackles Euron. Yara's able to get away, but Theon gets stabbed or something.
No, I don't see Theon being that freaking brave. I can imagine
I do.
I can see one of Theon's men.
No, I think it's got to be Theon. If it happens,
I don't think Theon's going to kill Euron.
No.
No, I think some of Euron's men are going to kill Euron.
They're going to turn on Euron.
Yes.
Interesting. I think how it plays out is all of Theon's men basically like cancel out Euron's men. Right? So it's like a tie ball game. The only 3 left alive, kind of like the final battle, right? The boss fight is Theon against Euron with Yara being held prisoner. I think that Theon is able to free Yara and they're able to team up on Euron.
I think it's Theon versus Euron, and then Theon manages to get the upper hand and kills Euron and then releases Yara.
So you think they both survive?
Mm-hmm.
I
don't think Theon's wound...
You think Theon's wounded mortally?
Yes.
Okay. See, that's where I'm going. Is that his wounds are too grievous that, yes, he survives the fight, but dies like an hour later or whatever.
Yeah. See, now I don't think it's going to be Theon that survives. I think it's going to be Yara.
Yeah, I think Theon gives his life to save Yara, is successful in saving Yara, and that way he has this restorative moment that kind of redeems, goes even, right? So, he partially redeems himself by freeing Sansa and helping her get up to Jon at the Night's Watch. Mm-hmm. And I think he goes even further by, sacrificing himself. Like, he's like this greedy guy, but he sacrifices himself to save Yara. Mm-hmm. And then that way the Greyjoy line can continue on. She can marry somebody, who knows. If Gendry doesn't marry Sansa, maybe Gendry is into Yara and they have threesomes for the rest of their lives or whatever. Who knows? It's good to be the king. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think Yara's the one who survives.
Do you think, oh my god, what's her name? Oberyn's wife gets released from the prison?
Ooh, that's interesting. I always said that I really wanted to see a scene. So so we don't know how long it's been. Mm-hmm. Because she was thrown in there, mid-season 7? Mm-hmm. Depending on how long it's been, the daughter could still be alive. Right? I mean, technically. Because Qyburn said it could take months. Like, it just depends on the person.
Yes, but I don't think...
The stronger the person, the longer it takes. So
Marcella was really weak then, because she died before the boat was even out of sight.
Yeah. So here's my thoughts on here's my fantasy, what I would love to see. Mm-hmm. So I would love to see, as Bronn's like, fuck, I need to get out of this shithole. Because Cersei hates me. I'm going to end up one head shorter.
So he releases her?
Because remember, that daughter is the one who saved Bronn from poison down in Dorne. Mm-hmm. I would like to see him go down there, release them, and then they go north with Bronn.
Now, here's my thing. I'm wondering if Cersei even didn't really poison the daughter.
And just
told her she did.
Just to sit there and make her wait and torture her?
Yes.
That's
because why the hell would Qyburn say it could take months? Because I don't think that poison took months. Because the Sand Snake's mother, I can't keep forgetting her name, her nose was bleeding before...
Ilaria Stone.
Yeah. She's a physically healthy person, and her nose was bleeding before Marcella's boat was even gone. And then she took the antidote, and she was fine.
Okay.
Now, I do not think Cersei really poisoned her.
So then are you on with my Bronn to the rescue theory?
Yes.
Yes! Give me 5, Lady Wonder. Yes!
Yes, I believe Cersei did to torment her.
Just torment them both.
Yes.
One just sitting there expecting to die, the other one expecting to watch her daughter.
Yes.
That is just fucking sick and twisted enough for Cersei to do. I fucking love that. Never thought of that. I fucking love that theory.
Because we haven't gone back to them since Cersei locked them up.
Right, exactly. And I think that the only reason of all the shit that happens in Dorne that we get that girl saving Bronn, I think they've got to have that payoff. And I think Bronn releasing them pays that off. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Chekhov's saving kiss or whatever.
Yeah. I don't think Cersei really poisoned her.
Okay. Fucking love it. Love it. Mark that down, because I can guarantee you, anybody listening to this, you have not heard that theory anywhere else.
If Cersei's really pregnant, she would not risk that.
Bam. I love it.
If she was really pregnant, she would not risk that.
I love it.
So she's putting on a show.
Okay. So you don't think we're done with Dorne?
No, I don't.
You think Dorne is going to make a resurgence into the storyline?
Absolutely.
Okay. I kind of really like that idea. Okay. I'm down with that theory. I like that.
Does anyone really think if Cersei's really pregnant, she'd risk her pregnancy to do something like that?
Totally fair. Yeah. I never even thought of her not actually poisoning him, but just tormenting the fuck out of him.
And why would... I really don't think this poison would take months to take effect.
Okay. Okay.
The poison Cersei likes to use is faster.
Okay.
Cersei doesn't slowly poison somebody.
Okay, so you heard it right here first, guys. Cersei did not poison the surviving Sand Snake, and her and Ilaria Stone are going to be rescued by Bronn when he's piecing out of King's Landing to head north to go see Jaime. Mm-hmm. I love it. Breaking new ground, new tinfoil here on the Ironwood Network. Loving it. Okay, totally down with that theory. I love that shit. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's up there with the John Spiracy. Mm-hmm. Liking it. Okay, cool. All right, so that takes care of all of that. Mm-hmm. We've got 2 big characters left. Mm-hmm. But before we get to them, we've got 2 dragons to deal with. How many dragons does Daenerys finish this story with in living form? 1. Now here's an even bigger question. Is it Drogon? No! I was thinking the same thing. Drogon is not long for this world.
Nope.
Yep, Rhaegal lives.
Yep.
Completely agree. Drogon dies. Yep. He's got a weak spot.
Yes.
He's got a weak spot in the arm.
Yep.
So Bale the Bard is going to come by and hit him with a wind lance and take him down.
Yeah. He's missing a couple scales there.
Bard the White Walker is going to come take him down with a wind lance. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we're on the same page. So Rhaegal survives, but Drogon does not.
Yep.
Drogon probably could survive whatever wound happens to him, but maybe crashes too hard trying to spare Daenerys from the crash or something.
Yeah.
I think is possibly how it happens. Yep, completely.
But now here's my question. Mm-hmm. If Rhaegal's the only one that survives, is Rhaegal male or female?
So what we know from the World Book is that dragons can be both. They are asexual.
So they can
hermaphroditic.
Yes, so they can have the eggs and
inseminate them as well.
Yes.
Yep.
So it really wouldn't matter.
Correct. Okay. One dragon can breed more dragons. Yes. So yep, I completely down 100%. Rhaegal survives. Drogon does not.
Yeah, because I was just thinking when we were rewatching season 7 yesterday, with how you could expand the number of dragons on the planet without ruining the bloodline, or
diluting it,
without causing deformities and that kind of things. But reptiles aren't like that with humans.
Correct.
If the same bloodline interbreeds, then there's more issues.
Correct.
Reptiles aren't like that.
Right. Yep.
So, and if they are asexual and they can create their own egg and sperm, then that's really not a problem.
Yep. Exactly. So. Completely agree.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So Drogon is done.
Yep.
Now, does Drogon get killed in our final climactic, let's kill the Night
Absolutely.
King? Or does he die in the Battle of Winterfell?
No, he dies in the very last battle.
The very last little bit. Okay.
Because then Daenerys would have to fly the last dragon in the last battle, and she's not going to want to risk that.
Okay.
So,
Daenerys, Stormborn, mother of blah, 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 breaker of blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then we'll get to Jon Snow. He's king of the north.
Yes.
Okay, so Daenerys Targaryen. Not my favorite character.
I think she lives.
Okay, so you think Dany lives, completely survives the whole thing?
Yes, and she sees everything she's caused. I mean, granted, the whole thing did not start with her.
Right.
She just joined in. But I think she does live If she sees all the famine and everything that because she did cause the famine because she
burned a lot of fucking food in that loot train battle.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you think she lives?
I think she lives. I do not think she gets the Iron Throne.
Okay. Do you think anybody gets the Iron Throne? We'll get to that.
Yes.
Okay. So Dany lives. Do you think that our good King Jon has impregnated Dany in their boat Shake a Boom Boom?
No.
So there's no little Daenerys littlings running around?
No.
Okay.
Daenerys, I like that.
So there's no little Daenerys littlings running around? No. Okay. So Dany lives. Will Dany ever marry again, have children again? If this is a spoiler for your answer to Jon, you can just say that it's a spoiler for my answer to Jon. What happens to Jon?
I'm not discussing that right now. We'll just leave it at that.
Okay. So you've got some Jon things going on.
Because I know the prophecy about her is actually part of the show.
Yes. But again, I like Jon's theory on that. Did you ever think that maybe the woman who hates your gut and killed your husband wasn't the greatest person to listen to for advice?
Yeah. Daenerys was sleeping with that one guy.
Dario.
Yeah, and never got pregnant.
Dario Naharis, yes.
So, she may seriously never have children.
Okay. Maybe Dario was infertile.
That's quite possible.
Maybe he wore lambskins.
But, I don't know, she did have a pretty rough, she did have a horrible miscarriage.
That's true.
So...
As far as we know. As far as we're told.
Yes. As far as she was ever told, too.
Right.
So, I do not believe...
Now, does she end up ruling anything, or does she just kind of, fade off, into obscurity? I've kind of just had enough. I want to go, Commander Adama and just, chill in my little cabin out by myself.
I think it may end up being where, everyone just kind of, gets her own house and they start over.
Okay.
But hers won't last long if she can't have children, so.
Right. Completely agreed.
I'm really not too sure on where I see her storyline going.
Okay.
But it is not the Iron Throne.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
And this isn't exactly a storyline where it's you got the Iron Throne or you die.
Right.
Because...
This is a storyline where nobody could have the Iron Throne at the end.
Yes.
We could fucking lose.
Yes. Absolutely.
The Night King could be sitting in the fucking Iron Throne for all we know.
But I also don't believe that this is a storyline where one person gets the Iron Throne and everyone else is dead.
Okay.
So... But I do not believe she wins.
Okay. Well, what's win? To her right now, winning... She's to the point now where winning is not getting the Iron Throne. Winning now is fucking surviving.
Right.
So she survives.
But then they survive and they're all like, now what? There's no food. There's no...
Right. Well, whoever survives is going to have a tough time of it.
Yes.
No doubt about that. I think Daenerys is going to die. I think that her and Drogon will both die. Probably killed by... So Drogon is killed by a big wind lance or something.
Like his brother or sister
an ice spear. And that Dany falls to her death. Trying to come save Jon, who is in final one-on-one battle with the Night King.
And you think it's going to be And
I think that Jon is able to defeat the Night King in battle.
See, I think Sam kills the Night King.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Well...
You didn't say that when we talked about Sam.
You didn't ask.
All right. Anyway. Okay. That's an interesting theory. I like it. My thought is Jon is fighting the Night King in some way. However, whether it be physically or he's, I don't know, fighting him through fucking weirwood tree, whatever. However we end up fighting him, he's fighting him. And Daenerys is trying to come save him. And she dies with Drogon. So Drogon is killed, and then she falls hundreds of feet to her death. Trying to come save Jon. And I think she's pregnant.
She wouldn't be the first pregnant woman to die.
No, definitely not.
Hopefully not the last. But,
And thus the Targaryens should be completely wiped out, but aren't, because Jon's a Targaryen, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. All right, that leaves the man, the myth, the legend himself, Jon Snow.
I think he ends up on the Iron Throne.
You think Jon ends up on the Iron Throne?
I do.
Okay. So, you're full on, Jon's a Targaryen in the show, we know that.
Even though...
Right. In the show, he's a Targaryen, no questions asked.
Yep.
And he has the better claim to the throne than Daenerys.
Mm-hmm.
Because he wasn't a bastard, because Rhaegar annulled his marriage to Ilya.
Mm-hmm.
And even though...
Which would make her the bastard, right?
Well, no, because Daenerys is not Rhaegar's daughter.
Oh, that's right.
Daenerys is Rhaegar's sister, which is why Jon has a better claim to the throne, because he's Rhaegar's direct descendant. So not until all of Rhaegar's
children... So then
children,
maybe Daenerys wants Jon dead after this.
It's entirely possible.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, so Jon would have the claim, because not until all of Rhaegar's children are dead do they then go to Rhaegar's siblings to find the next king or queen.
Yeah.
So with Jon alive, he's the next in line to be king.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Jon wants to be king.
No, he didn't want to be king in the North.
Personally, I think, this is how I think. Okay, so follow me on this, because we're going to have to play along with several characters.
Okay.
Because I think you're right, and I think Jon survives.
Okay.
I think Jon is named king. I don't think Jon wants to be king.
Like King of the Seven Kingdoms?
King of the Seven Kingdoms, full on.
Okay.
I think that Gendry and Sansa get married.
Okay.
I think that they think that they're going to be living at Winterfell because Jon's going to be king.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jon legitimizes Gendry as a full-on Baratheon and gives him the Iron Throne, allowing Sansa to complete her character arc of being the queen and giving birth to kings and queens that she wanted to do. And then Gendry and Sansa rule the Iron Throne. Jon goes north, Warden of the North, whatever you want to call him.
Because Sansa didn't want to stay north.
Right. Lord of Winterfell, yada, 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 all the titles and whatever.
Yeah, because then he can legitimize Sansa, too. Well, no, because Sansa is legitimized in this. Never mind.
Yep.
I'm thinking TV. I'm thinking book.
Yep. So, yeah. That's my thought, is that Jon is the king at the end, but doesn't want to be king, so he basically makes Gendry king.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it was important. And that's why it was important that we had a Baratheon come back from his, crew tryouts.
Mm-hmm. Because I have a son, you have a daughter. Let's
join our two houses.
Yes.
And we need to do that because we haven't done that. We haven't joined the Baratheons and the Starks
yet.
And we need to do that, I think.
Yes.
So I think that that's how it ends. I think that is who is the quote-unquote king. If we're going to have somebody ruling over all seven kingdoms, I think it's Gendry with Sansa as his queen.
Jon can be hand.
I don't think Jon even wants to be hand.
Jon doesn't want any of it, but...
I think Jon wants to go north and, drink beer with Tormund all day long.
Yeah.
And ride around on Ghost. I think that's what Jon wants to do.
Drink and whore himself to an early grave.
Right, exactly. He wants to act like a king without having to be the king.
Yes.
Yeah. But, I think that Jon gives up being king because he doesn't want it at all. And having lost everything, gained everything, but I think the loss of his wife, Daenerys, and unborn child, are too much for him. He can't rule. He just wants to go into retirement. So he makes Gendry, legitimizes Gendry, names him king.
Makes him marry Sansa.
Doesn't make him marry Sansa.
Well,
I think that they fall in love. I think it's only possible that Gendry saves Sansa's life somehow, and they fall in love. Right.
Yeah.
And then that way she actually gets her Florian. Mm-hmm. Her actual Florian.
Yeah.
I think that's how that plays out.
Yeah. And then Arya is their Kingsguard.
Probably one of the members of the Kingsguard or something. Yeah, absolutely. Or Sansa's sworn sword.
Yeah.
And maybe Brienne if she somehow survives.
I don't think she does.
But if she does, then maybe she's on Gendry's Kingsguard.
Yeah.
I think Pod also is a good pick for either marrying Arya, if Arya's going to marry anybody, marrying Yara, or...
Well, see, here's the thing. A lot of Pod he doesn't have a title in Land.
Doesn't matter. The Iron Islanders don't care about that.
I know about Pod.
But she does. But Yara doesn't need somebody with a title. She's the last Greyjoy.
That's right.
She doesn't need it. She's the title.
That's right. But then
she needs somebody to have kids with.
Yeah, their kids wouldn't be Greyjoys.
Yes, they would.
Well, he does have that magic tongue, and she does like sex.
Yeah.
So
I think he ends up. If he survives, I think he ends up with one of our open females in his age bracket, Yara or Arya, or he ends up on Gendry's Kingsguard.
Yep. And all these houses like marry into each other to like solidify their partnerships,
their bonds.
So then, what happens to the Dornish family?
So they're done. I mean, as far as the show goes, they're done. I mean, I guess. Okay, we're both saying that Ilaria Sand.
Yes,
that's right. We're both saying that Ilaria Sand is still alive along with her daughter. So honestly, I didn't give that much thought because. Because you pulled that theory,
right? But Ilaria Sand is she wasn't married to the king.
No, she was. Well, she wasn't married. She wasn't even dating the king down there. She was Prince Bashir.
Oberyn.
She was Oberyn, who was the younger prince, so not the one in charge.
Okay, so who is now ruling Dorne?
Technically, she is.
Okay.
Technically, she's in charge of Dorne. Because remember, they had the coup,
right,
where they killed Oberyn's older brother,
right.
So technically, she's in charge,
right? But while she's captured, who's running it?
Whoever, the people, whatever.
And
we don't know.
Right.
Because the TV show did such a bad job with Dorne that they just kind of like cut that plot and just like let it go.
Yeah.
But
so if she comes back and she takes back over control, then
she can be by herself. She already has a daughter. So then she has to find somebody for her daughter to marry.
Right.
Maybe throw Pod there. Possibility. I can see her and Pod fighting side by side on the field of battle at Winterfell and, If Bran survives, that'd be an odd match. Yeah, because, again, that doesn't do anybody any good because she would still have to have heirs. Yeah, I don't really... And I think this is the problem the TV show ran into is they did... Right, like, they completely changed how the Dorne plotline went from the books. Like, you haven't even gotten to the Dorne plotline in the books yet.
Yeah, no.
But it's, like, nothing like the TV show at all.
Oh, well, that's why it's fan fiction now.
Right, so...
But I think, like, everyone that's left, they have to, like, marry each other up and...
I agree that we're going to try
rebuild the world.
Yeah, I think that we're going to have all of your major families basically marrying together in order to solidify the bonds in the hopes that they remain united for the next time that the White Walker threat comes again type of thing.
And then they will all remember.
Right, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah. I think that's how I think that's so you're with me, you think we get the good guys win, but it's just like such a grievous cost. I mean, we've got Jaime, we've got Brienne, we've got probably Missandei, probably Grey Worm, probably maybe Daenerys or Jon, and Jon possibly, and her child. We've got Cersei gone, her kid maybe living, maybe dying. We've got all but one Greyjoy gone. Like, it's just such a
all the Freys are dead.
I mean, all the wildlings except for maybe Tormund is the last wildling standing.
No, I think there'll be a few, but, not enough to, like...
Okay. Not enough to really do anything. I mean... Yeah.
They're just going to go back to being wildlings.
You think?
Well, all the walkers are dead, so...
Maybe they just live in the castles on the wall?
I mean, that's possible, but it's not home.
Well, that's true. It's not. So, now, big question. With winter defeated, right, so the Night's King...
You think the snow is going to go away?
Does the snow in the wall and the snow above the wall go away?
I think the wall collapses.
Wall collapses. Well, the wall's already pretty much collapsed.
Well,
I mean, one section of it, but
I think the
goes
wall,
away completely.
Goes away completely.
Okay. What happens to the north? Right, so we know from a scene in the TV show, one of Bran's visions, that there used to be like green grass and spring north of the wall because that's where the White Walker was created.
This may sound weird, but I think like these unusual seasons that the planet's been going through, I think they regulate into something more normal like what we have.
Okay.
So like it's always ice capped up there.
So we got the land of always winter, but then you've got like the north
we've got
above
Antarctica
the wall,
and
maybe like Alaska, like southern Alaska is now what north of the wall is now like Alaska, where you get like a 93-degree day every once in a while because of fucking climate change.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think the seasons regulate to something more like what we have, and
Okay.
It's more cyclical.
Okay. Cool. All right. I guess I have one question left. Will we form a new Night's Watch under maybe Lord?
If the wall comes down, no.
Okay. Do we build a new wall? We have a Bran. Do we have a Bran the Builder?
Do we need a new wall?
I don't know. Do we?
Well, if there's one Godzilla egg left, then yes, we do. But whether or not they know that.
So I don't know. What do you think?
I
Are
think
we done with the White Walker threat forever?
I'll tell you what, if they think we are completely done with it, they're stupid.
Okay.
They should
Prepare like
for
we're
just
not
in
done with
case.
it.
Yes.
So new wall, new Night's Watch
Yes.
under Lord Commander Tarly.
Yes.
Or maybe Lord Commander Snow back for a second run.
Yeah.
Maybe that's his retirement. He retires and goes to retire like the old bear went and retired.
Yeah.
Retires to the wall as the new Lord Commander again of the Night's Watch.
We'll see.
Or maybe goes and serves under surviving Lord Commander Dolorous Ed.
Maybe the world.
Or maybe
They will have a lot of work to do to rebuild.
Maybe the Wildlings become the new Night's Watch under Lord Commander Torrhen Giantsbane.
That'd be interesting, yeah.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we talked for an hour and a half about season 8.
Yep.
I think we covered a lot of ground. So let's wrap it up.
All right.
Let's see. Thank you for everybody for listening.
Yeah.
We're really looking forward to the shows dropping on Sunday night.
Yep.
We are actually going to try to, as bonus episodes, review the episodes. They might not be as long as this shit, or as long as a normal book chapter episode.
I don't know, because the episodes are going to be longer.
So we'll see what we can do. We'll try to record some thoughts on them and get them out to you guys within a day or two of the episodes. Maybe continue dropping on Wednesday our thoughts on the episode from that Sunday.
Yeah.
Just as little bonuses for the 6 weeks that the season's running.
I think we should, just because it's the final season.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. So we're gonna do that. So until we catch you guys again, a couple days on Friday with last chapter of the book, Brienne.
Yep.
Last chapter of Clash of Kings. All right. So until we catch you guys then, goodbye.
Bye.